pledge allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, call roll, please.
Vidae, Crouch,
Here.
McMullen,
Here.
Scarberry.
Here.
Mayor Lansford.
Here. No changes to the agenda. The agenda's the same. Okay. I will move then to public comment. If anyone would like to address the council, please step to the podium, give your name and what your issue may be, good or bad. And remember that we have a 3-minute time limit.
Hi, my name is Sue Henson. Good evening. I was wondering if you know when Boyd Street, Van Buren, and West Sumner Street will be like repaved. It's very bumpy. They keep putting the tar and chip stuff on the road, and it just makes such a mess in the yards and our shoes, driveways. People have fallen, whether they're riding their bikes, walking, running. The tar and chip stuff gets all over our vehicles. The chips, the gravel ends up chipping our cars, and the tires are off the cars. This spring, I've got 3 large cans of gravel out of my front yard because the snowplows would just throw it in the yard. And I know I'm not the only one in my neighborhood that's doing this. We definitely need the plows to go through, so don't get me wrong on that one. But I just don't think that's a very good way to repave our roads is the tar and chip. I don't think so. So if you have
Now
an idea,
exiting. Name not recorded.
okay. If you have an idea of when this will be done, if this is on an agenda anytime soon.
We're going to ask Dave or the city engineer to respond, please.
Well, I can start. The city council approves a 5-year capital improvement plan. I believe it'll be out for renewal in September.
Yes.
Do you know these particular streets?
West Sumner, I believe, is on there. Boys of Van Buren are not currently, but we will be out. They will be discussing it at next month's meeting about adding street zone.
Okay, there, yeah, desperately needs it. We also have seen a lot of people on all-terrain vehicles, little mini bikes. There's like a 3 or 4-year-old riding his own mini bike. That can't be very good. It's really dangerous. Also, they're not stopping at stop signs, and they're not following
Now
speed limit
joining.
rules.
Start spell media.
They're going 50 miles an hour sometimes down our street. It's a very busy street, but you know, there's children in the neighborhood. There's one kid that was riding down the street on a motorcycle doing a wheelie the whole way down Boyd Street. So I'm just, I'm really concerned for our neighborhood.
When people call, or when people experience that, we encourage them to call the police department, call 911. If we have an available officer, that officer would be dispatched. I know that we have been writing tickets when we encounter ATV riders. One in particular just within the last week or two. But it's one of those problems where we have to see it.
Throughout the community, so
Okay.
if there's not a set neighborhood, they're all,
Yeah, they go flying through those stop
Yeah.
signs, and I've seen a couple of people get,
Yeah.
hit, and it just,
And there's been social media chatter about this problem.
Okay.
We're well aware of it. It's difficult
catch them.
to catch them.
I understand.
okay.
We have called a couple of times, so.
Well, continue to call.
Okay.
Really, just call. It's not a bother.
That's the key.
Obviously, if we can't respond in a timely fashion, we don't. We can't. But if we
Right, I know
can,
sometimes there's more.
it could be
I
that
just don't want to.
it could be the officer's only 2 blocks away, and who knows where the officer is when the call comes in.
And we're going to be starting our 5-year plan, the road plan. So we will take a look at those issues that you mentioned, so,
Okay, I appreciate it, thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to address the council?
Good evening, everybody, council, mayor. I'm here because I live
Could
on.
you state your name?
Oh, sorry. I'm Rick Glenhausen. I live here in Streator. I live at 805 Jesse Avenue, and that's the first docket on the agenda tonight. All right. I own all four lots on that block. I own from Jesse Avenue to Laurel Avenue. All right. One of these easements or alleyways runs down the east side of my property. When I bought this property back in 1998, I was told that easement was already vacated, and it was part of my property. It's on my deed, I do believe, without me getting it out and looking at it. I just want to know what's going to happen with this property if this gets vacated. Am I going to take that? Because I've been taking care of it for almost 30
This
years.
is an agenda item we're going to be taking action on, so,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm going to ask you to just hold your comments until we get moving in and then we will,
Okay.
okay?
Thanks. Thanks very much.
Anyone else? If not, then we'll move to new business. And I'd entertain a motion to approve and adopt an ordinance to vacate a public right-of-way for alleys located within the 800 and 900 blocks of Laura and Jesse Avenue. Could I have a motion, please?
Second.
Second. Now, any comments now?
All right. All right. Hi, I'm Rick Glenhausen. Glad to be here tonight. I want to know, like I just said before, what's going to happen with the property once it gets vacated. I've been taking care of that since like '98, mowing it, you know, doing whatever I need to do to keep it up. Is that gonna, and I think it's on, the way the realtor told me that it was already vacated, but obviously it was not. So, considering my property, what's gonna happen to that? How am I, that gonna be my property? Or am I gonna have to buy that property? Or what, is my question.
Thank you. Jeremy?
It'll become your property, this will clean it up, so since it was not formally ever, in our files, we couldn't find it, it had never been vacated, none of one of your neighbors had this issue with the pool going out.
Yeah, down the street.
Yeah, down the
Yeah,
street,
yeah.
so this will basically formalize what you already thought was true, so it'll become your property, we'll record it with the county, and then it'll be added on to your deed.
Half of it, right?
Right,
Half of it,
it's
yes.
divided from the center of the
Sure.
alley. One half is gonna go to you, and one half would go to the property owner on the other side of the alley.
On Chavanaugh Street,
Yes, yeah, are you talking about the north-south alley, or the east-west alley?
it would be north-south,
The north-south piece, yeah, it'll be the people on Chavanaugh.
really.
And we can take a look at it after, on the map at your specific location, but,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you over there.
Yeah,
Said it was
it's-
zero,
No, that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
And they got a fence all the way down that property line, all the houses do. It's clearly staked off that that's their property line. And I was told when I bought that that was my property.
Okay.
The whole thing, not half the alley, the whole
You
thing.
Whole
would
10 foot
have to
north,
double,
yes,
you would
yes.
have to double check your deed, and I don't know if this was dedicated right away or easement by prescription.
It's an alley, it's on the plan, it's an alley.
dedicated.
Yeah,
It's dedicated.
it is, right.
So
right.
then typically the way, when an alley is vacated, if this is the alley, you divide it in half. This half is gonna go to this property owner, and that half is gonna go to that property owner. But if you have something different that's specific
Yeah,
to
I'd
your
have to look
deed,
specifically
you're gonna
on
have to pull out
when-
your
I know the
deed.
realtor, when we did.
And that's
exactly
between
what they told
whoever
me.
you bought the
Yeah,
property.
right. Okay.
I can meet with you after and look at the map.
Yeah, yeah,
Specific
yeah.
spot.
Okay.
Yeah, after the meeting, I mean, yeah, right now, they're up for discussion of vacating.
I know the person who started this. I'm friends with Melissa Stimmis and TJ Crawford, and they started this deal. They wanted to put a pool up. And they made a mistake by not getting a permit to begin with, so we talked to Les Goslin, so I told them they gotta get it surveyed. When they got surveyed by the Poundstone, the whole block screwed up. The alley, and Les Goslin said, the alley is vacated, but it's not officially vacated. So if you guys officially vacate it, we're supposed to get half and half. But what everybody's upset about now, they think they're gonna have to pay more property taxes, they think they're gonna have to buy the half of the, you know, all this stuff's going on, so. That's what I've heard.
Well, if you own more land, you pay more property taxes.
I can't hear you.
If you own more land, you pay more property taxes.
Okay, but you're talking what, 4
Like,
foot?
yeah, it's de minimis, it's not
Yeah.
gonna cause anybody to forfeit their homes.
But see, that whole block is screwed up.
Well, we're gonna let the,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
You guys
between
can
the
read
property
after,
I'm not talking about specific situations, but this will clean up the issues. Les got this 100% right. They started with a pool that was put up without a permit. They did then come in and get the permit, which was fine, and then found out that it was on the alley easement. So have now petitioned, and the majority of the homeowners along this 809 block signed the
Yeah,
petition.
their
to
house,
make it.
their actual lot line goes right down their driveway, and the line goes right through their garage. That's all screwed up in the whole block, east and west. Everybody's utilizing the alley already.
so you can talk to Mr. Conlon after, right now. this
Oh,
is-
okay, I'm
this is
sorry.
city council business.
All right.
So this will, I said, this will vacate an alley that's in use, has been vacated for years.
this will make things legal that have not always been done.
It'll put a lot of these issues, the pools, the fences, on the property that the homeowners already are claiming.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussions or questions for the council?
Is there anyone against? I mean,
We haven't received any, as far as I know, Patty, we haven't received
I
any.
did not.
She got a petition.
Sure, this is now up to.
Okay.
the
Where-
city council.
Clerk, call the roll, please.
Crouch,
aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Scarberry,
Aye.
Mayor Lansford.
Aye. Item 2, would entertain a motion to authorize an agreement for professional engineering services with Chamberlain and Associates, Inc. in connection with proposed improvements of 12th Street from Bloomington Street to Smith Douglas Road. Have a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Any questions that we haven't already asked before? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Crouch,
Aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Scarberry,
Aye.
Mayor Lansford.
Aye. Item 3, would entertain a motion to second to authorize a grant between the city of Streator and Open Space Land Acquisition and Development, Osland, in conjunction with the proposed Marilla Park Pond improvements.
So moved.
So we have a motion, is there a second? Basically what this is a grant that the state is making available, and it's 90%, I think. And so if we're lucky enough to get it, we'll finish the work that is being proposed then around Marilla Pond, which we had dug out earlier this year. Any questions?
Mr. Mayor, just a comment, on this resolution and on the next resolution, there were technical amendments made to the resolution in the packets. The substance is exactly the same.
Okay. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Crouch,
Aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Scarberry,
Aye.
Mayor Lansford.
Aye. Item 4, would entertain a motion to authorize a grant between the city of Streator and open space land acquisition of land and development Osland in conjunction with the proposed acquisition of land along Oakley Avenue for the future construction of a canoe launch.
So moved.
Same, okay, is there a second?
Second.
There's a piece of property down on Oakley West there by the river bridge. Okay,
Yeah.
that is for sale. If we're applying for this grant, if we can get the grant, then the intent would be to put in maybe another canoe launch along with the Hopalong Casting one. Is that correct?
Right, the tourism committee has had eyes on this property for some years. After our cow meeting, I apologize for not bringing this before you, knew kind of generally what we were dealing with the pond. And we had a meeting with the DNR, a phone conference call a week ago or so, to learn more about that program and what would qualify or not. But we didn't even know about the availability of this property. The sign went up just recently. I happened to come across it on Wednesday of last week, and I confirmed with former Councilor Brozak the need to get this property as part of their planning efforts. It's an 90-10 grant if we're successful, and we score high enough, and we have a unique opportunity here. I've had communication with the broker, and who's then reached out to the owner, and to the extent the council it supports this potential acquisition, we would make an offer to them that would be contingent on grant award. It would be some escrow money to show our good faith, but all of that would be recovered if the grant is not awarded. So the ultimate acquisition of this property would be dependent on success with the grant process, but it's a little over 11 acres. Most of it is flood, or all of it is floodplain. Most of it is in CRP, set aside for conservation. It's a beautiful little piece of property, and I think it would become an asset, a regional asset for people wanting access to the river. And the grant application deadline is September 1, so we don't have time to wait.
If we're not lucky enough to get the grant, then the plan will be put back on the shelf until additional funding might surface somewhere. You had a lot of requests for people with small children want to put their canoes in down here by the American Legion and ride down to this location. It's not a lengthy trip, but they'd have an opportunity to enjoy the river. Okay. Clerk, call a roll, please.
Crouch.
Aye.
McMullen.
Aye.
Scarberry.
Aye.
Mayor Lansford.
Aye. Item 5, I'd entertain a motion and second to approve the reappointment of Ellen Vogel to the Streator Library Board.
So moved. Second.
Any other discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Crouch.
Aye.
McMullen.
Aye.
Scarberry.
Aye.
Mayor Lansford.
Aye. Item 6, I'd entertain a motion to second to approve the consent agenda with a warrant total of $524,168.01.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any other discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Crouch.
Aye.
McMullen.
Aye.
Scarberry.
Aye.
Mayor Lansford.
Aye. And item 6, we have any comments from the city officials? Matt, you got anything?
I have nothing.
Joe?
No, congratulations, Tara. She's not here, but she had a little baby the other day, and everything's good. So.
Good. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Crouch,
Aye.
McMullen,
Aye.
Carberry,
Aye.
Mayor Lansford.
Aye. Stand adjourned.
Now exiting.